Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So, Ckiminaj has Devil Nation and Camel Face working. Not only have they allegedly sabotaged Nicki Minaj's documentary, which we're going to get into, but they also came back swinging, and Megan's doc will be coming out before Nicki Minaj's on Halloween. Now, last week, Nicki Minaj assures fans that her doc will be coming out still. She says the reason her doc, Nicki, hasn't been released yet is because she wanted to put it out after Pink Friday 2 dropped, but HBO Max didn't want to wait, so they gave her a spot to Lizzo. But she confirms that it's still coming out. Now, that's, a really good explanation. But I also heard that you have received a cease and desist, which I can understand why you wouldn't want to talk about that, because I know you don't really care to mention Weak Mill. But the cease and desist, okay, that I heard that you received, where if you had mentioned Meek beating on you, you was going to have to pay a fine. Okay, now the hot tea is, will she talk about Camel Face in her documentary since she's been dragging him? Okay, will she expose more secrets about Camel Toe in her documentary? That's what the people really want to know. And, I was told that if she even mentioned Camel Face, even in one sentence, that is not in a positive light. He's going to try to get the doc removed, and he's going to send her another cease and desist. Okay? So, I don't know if she can mention Camel Face. She might want to give him a code name. I don't mind her using Camel Face, but she can't mention Weak Mill beating on her and Camel Face sabotaging her in her documentary. You can't mention it, no shade, because he coming after them pockets. And, from what I'm hearing, he's going to want millions from Nicki, especially since she grossed over $100 million on tour, the most for any female rapper. Camel Face been paying attention. He's going to be asking for millions, not six figures. So, with that being said, though, the hotties are having a field day. They've been dragging Nicki Minaj all day, saying Megan's dropping a documentary before that lady who had hers announced for almost 3 years now, and it's still crickets. So a lot of fans are laughing about that. They said Megan's documentary, in her words, has officially been set for a Halloween release on Prime Video. They said this upcoming doc spends 2 years in the life of a rapper, singer Megan. It takes viewers behind the scenes of a global superstar recovering from her 2020 shooting incident and grapples with the pearls of fame. It says, you've heard the hot takes and read the stories. Now go straight to the source, okay? So let me know if you guys going to be watching Megan's doc that's coming out on Halloween, the spookiest night of the year. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I don't know if I will watch it. Maybe if she was in another scandal. Now, moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat has the most streamed solo songs by a female rapper on Paolify. She got Women at 1.6 billion, Say So at 1.2 billion, Need to Know at 1.2 billion, okay? The Town is Dead at 1.18 billion, Streets at 1.1 billion, Boss B Word is at 900 million, Bodak Yellow 900 million, Super Bass 907 million, and Starships is at 1.2 billion. Okay, so congratulations to Doja Cat. It's going to be very interesting to see if she would be able to do this again. Okay, because at the end of the day, Scarlet wasn't a great era for Doja Cat, but I do think if she go back to her old sound, and I said this before, she'll be able to accomplish these type of numbers again. Now, Botch and Bitter finally holds herself accountable for not releasing her second album. okay? She goes on this rant on live, talking about how she allowed the haters to get into her ear. This is what she had to say.
Now it's go time. It's time to put out an album.
Ash Miracle.
Drop a lot of music. I haven't dropped a lot of things. I have to take accountability for my own self. I have let a lot of the critiques and the social medias and all that stuff, I have let that shit get in my head for a very long time, to the point that it has made me insecure with my own work, with my own accent, with my own self, with my own attitude. Like, it got to the point that some people that are close to me be like, yo, I don't even know you anymore. Like, it's like, this has never been you. When have you cared? When have you cared to do this? When have you cared to say that? When have you cared to drop shit? Like, when have you cared about having an accent in your music? When have you cared about this?
Ash Miracle.
A lot of people be like, oh, it's your kids. She's been delaying herself for the kids. And it's never really my kids. I have to take accountability that it's myself. And I have to be more confident in myself. And I have to see for myself what other people see in me. And I know my fans tell me this all the time. I know my family tell me this all the time. I know my ex-baby daddy used to tell me this all the time. But I was just so stuck in my head, because I do feel like like the internet for a long time, I feel like that shit really traumatized me. And I went for a long time with the internet traumatizing me and not getting like therapy for it. I just felt like, oh, I really let the internet like defeat my mind. But that's not happening no more. And Academics said 2025 new music. Who said 2025? Why is it not 2024?
Ash Miracle.
I'll talk to you later, Academics. Hit me up or something.
Now, Cardi B, I know you're not saying that the internet traumatized you and not putting out your album. Okay, saying that you needed to seek therapy because of what people were saying on the internet. Now, I know you are not trying to pull the sympathy train. Okay, girl, stop. Now, I get it. You know, Cardi B has been criticized, and I even criticize Cardi B a lot when it comes to her music. But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with your accent or the type of music you've been putting out. The reason why you haven't been putting out music is because the payola has ran out. It's not the same like it used to be. You might get a little bit of bots here and there, but it's not as much as it was in 2018. And your label, Titanic Records, is in debt. They've been going bankrupt. And that's why the album hasn't came out. Don't try to act like it was just the internet trolls, okay? That's what I don't like. When you try to pull the sympathy card, trying to act like, oh, people was bullying you and that's the reason why you didn't drop your album. You was letting people get in your head. You care about numbers. That's why you haven't dropped the album, because you know it may not do as well as your first. Let's keep it 1,000. I need you to stop with the shenanigans. Now, moving back on to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion fans are calling out people that have been saying that Megan Thee Stallion is one-dimensional in her music. A fan said, people that always say Megan sound the same want pop music with a baby voice, okay? Megan is real hip-hop, a real rap B-word, with her signature cadence and different flows. A lot of y'all don't know the difference, so why should we take your critique seriously? You B-words are just haters. I don't think people expect Megan Thee Stallion to go fully pop. She doesn't have that voice, okay, that Doja Cat, that D0JA or Nicki Minaj have when it comes to switching up their voices, okay, that you would need for pop. You know, you got to have a softness when you do pop. I don't think people are looking for that when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion. I think people are tired of the same topics, okay? She talk about taking somebody's man, sex in every record, okay? How her coochie is depressed. we want different topics from Megan Thee Stallion. I think also people feel like her cadence is the same, and it is usually 80% of the time. Okay, now people can say, oh, that's her accent, but Nicki has an accent and she's able to switch up her cadence and it's noticeable. So I don't think it has anything to do with her accent. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she just has that one cadence, that one sound, and people are bored with it. And I think even a lot of Megan Thee Stallion fans are bored with it, because if they weren't, they would be supporting her new music. They're not even really fully supporting the RM collaboration that she recently put out. That's flopping on the charts. I don't even think it's still on the charts. And then her album, Megan, didn't even do 100,000 first week. So I think a lot of the fans, when you're a fan of somebody, you tend to just like the artist sometimes instead of their music. And I think a lot of people like Megan Thee Stallion and feel bad for Megan, especially for what she went through with Tory Lanez. But they really don't care for the music like that because it shows in the sales. Now, Queen B breaks the internet yet again with her Levi's commercial. Okay. She looked fabulous. Oh my goodness. The body was snatched. Now, fans noticed as she was washing her pair of jeans in her Levi's commercial, she put a bucket of diamonds instead of water. She put a bucket of diamonds in the washing machine. A lot of fans feel like this was a whack. She was smacking all those fans on social media who were saying that Queen B is not relatable. She acts like a robot, whatnot. She's basically clocking y'all, saying that she don't want to be relatable. She's rich. Her husband's a billionaire and a gatekeeper in the industry. She's saying, listen, I don't want to be relatable to you guys. Okay? That's exactly what she was saying in this Levi commercial. I wouldn't be shocked if that was her idea. And here's my thing. I don't understand how y'all can relate to some of these celebrities. A lot of these celebrities, except for Nicki Minaj, don't really interact with y'all. Ariana don't interact with her fans like that. Same thing with Rihanna. I don't understand how Rihanna is relatable when she don't even talk to y'all either. Okay, she pays y'all dust. Only time she interacts is when Fenty Q-tips are on sale. Okay, let's be very clear. So I don't get the whole relatable narrative because all these celebrities kind of act the same. The only one that acts like a real human being, in my opinion, especially amongst A-list superstars, is Nicki Minaj. The rest of them act like they too good for the fans. So I never understood that narrative, especially with Queen B, because all the other celebrities act the same. Even Chappelle Roan. She don't even want to talk to y'all. She just got on the scene and she already cursing out fans, telling them she don't want to take pictures. She don't want to be around them, that y'all creep her out. And she just got here. Okay. She already saying that. So I don't understand why people call out Queen B when all the celebrities act that way except for Nicki. Now, Queen B talks about her partnership with Levi. She said, my song Levi Jeans celebrates what I believe is the ultimate Americana uniform. Something we all wear with pride. I am honored to work with Levi's to create quintessential American iconography. Denim on denim has often been seen through a male lens, so this re-imaging campaign, which celebrates the iconic female perspective, is important to me. I look forward to exploring innovative ways for our visions to align, empowering women and honoring their strength. Now, Rolling Stone predicts Cowboy Carter will be nominated for Album of the Year for the Grammys 2025, but she will not win the trophy despite deserving it. They said Queen B has the most wins for an artist at the Grammys award history, but somehow has never won Album of the Year. Cowboy Carter could fix that. It's an important history lesson about Black contributions to American music, as well as an introduction to the next generation of Black country music, uplifting other Black female country artists and creating important conversations that needed to happen. Is so important. The album is stuffed with undeniable tracks like Slick, Bodyguard, and the sweet, supportive Purdue Chicken duet, Most Wanted. makes it a contender too. The two things stand side by side, the cultural piece and the excellent album. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about that. I like Queen B. Queen B is an icon, but she does not deserve Album of the Year, in my opinion. Okay? The album is okay to me. I still really don't go back to listen to it, but it definitely does not deserve Album of the Year. Okay? Rolling Stone, I know y'all love Queen B, but y'all need to stop the cap. Now, moving on from that, Sabrina Carpenter breaks the record for the most consecutive weeks charting at least 3 songs in the top 10 in history, 5 weeks total. She breaks the tie with Cardi B. I didn't even know Cardi B had that record. I'm like, when's the last time Cardi B had 3 songs in the top 10? So I didn't even know she had that record. But it looks like Cardi B now is not doing those type of records where she has 3 songs in the top 10. No shade of Cardi B. That probably was when Bodak Yellow came out. I Like It. The song with Maroon 5. So I think this is when Cardi B was red hot and the payola was payoloing. Now that's never going to happen for Cardi B. Especially now. Because a lot of her features do flop. No shade. But let me know if you guys would be here for a Sabrina Carpenter and Cardi B collaboration. I've seen a lot of fans asking for that. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, moving on from that, BBC said this about Katy Perry's hate train. They believe she's going through a hate train. They said Perry's comeback may also have been hammered by a toxic combination of misogyny and ageism that tends to affect female artists over 35. Age is definitely a factor in the reaction to her return, whether her critics would admit that or not. Okay, so let me know if you guys agree or not. I do agree that, people have been a little bit hard on Katy, even myself, but Katy Perry has been putting out disappointing music for the last 5 years. So I do feel like it's warranted. Okay. Now, I was never misogynistic towards Katy, but I did see a lot of people saying that Katy's too old to be making certain type of music. But Future and Champagne Thickums, damn near 40, still talking about clubbing, B-words, and hoes. They don't get flack for the topics they talk about, but Katy and the Chart Obsessed Racists do. Even though Chart Obsessed Racist, she do need to mature in her music too. She the same one. Now, with that being said though, I think the biggest pitfall for Katy was her working with Dr. Puke. And we cannot overlook it. This is not the time to be working with R-words that have cases. Okay, now if he didn't have a case with Kesha, it would be different. But he does. Okay? And so I think that also is the main reason why a lot of people did not support her this era. Now, moving on from that, it looks like Boozy, Gorilla Glue, and Sexy Red got a collaboration coming out. Now, my whole thing is, isn't Boozy, anti-gay community? And I feel like, Sexy Red and Gorilla, they have a lot of gay fans. I don't know if this was a smart decision. Plus, Boozy's a flop. Okay, I know he's from like New Orleans or Memphis or something like that, but they might consider him an icon. I don't know how. But at the end of the day, he is very misogynistic. He's anti the gay community. He's always been homophobic. His music to me is trash. I don't like any of his music. He's loudmouth. I don't really feel like it's necessary for them to collaborate with him. This is the best you can do. I mean, you supposed to be getting a Queen B and Champagne Thickums collaboration, Gorilla. Like, come on now. Sexy Red already got a Champagne Thickums collaboration, but this is a big L for Gorilla Glue, in my opinion. No shade. Are the Dominican women running rap? Pitchfork put out the 100 best songs of the 2020s, okay? And Ice Spice Munch was at number 41 as one of the best songs in the 2020s. Let me know if you guys agree. I guess, Munch to me was never my song. I never really cared for that song. If anything, it was the Princess Diana song and the Princess Diana remix for me. And, there's a song on Ice Spice's album, which flopped, called Plenty Sun. Okay, it's called Plenty Sun. And I like that song too. But her album was not better than Scratch Offs. If I have to be completely unbiased, it was not better than Scratch Offs, but she did try. A for effort. And then on top of that, Pitchfork names WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion as the 22nd best song release in this decade, the 2020s so far. Okay, a lot of people are saying WAP was impactful. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, moving on to Donkey of the Day. Fist Breezy, okay. Chris Tyson is gearing up to get another lawsuit, it looks like, okay? Now, the network behind Quiet on Set, which was about Dan Schneider, Predator Ways. I have some tea on Dan Schneider on Patreon. He was a producer on Nickelodeon. So that was that documentary, Quiet on Set. That's what it was about, him, okay? Is set to release a documentary on Fist Breezy, the colorist, history of domestic violence. The documentary will include a new accuser coming forward with allegations against Chris Breezy Mayweather. Okay? So are you guys going to have the same energy for Fist Breezy, the colorist, as you do for Diddy and Queen B, even though Queen B don't have a case? We gotta give him Donkey of the Day. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A lot of Team Breezy, the colorist, they think, people are still gung-ho about the Rihanna situation. Nobody cares about that situation. Rihanna don't even care. Okay? But every few months, Fist Breezy is always in something. I noticed that. And people try to say, oh, the industry's after him. He's blackballed. Yeah, but how you have a case every month? That means you always in trouble. You always doing something and you end up in trouble. And I remember another woman had came out a few weeks ago. I didn't even talk about this. But a woman came out a few weeks ago. I wonder if this is the same woman that's going to be in the documentary. She said that she was AR'd by Sage the Gemini. Y'all remember him. He had that one single. He's like a one-hit wonder. At Chris Breezy, the colorist, Mayweather home. Okay? So she was AR'd at Chris Breezy's home by Sage the Gemini. Okay? And I think she is suing Sage the Gemini. Okay? But my whole thing is, that's very interesting. Why was it at Chris Breezy, the colorist's home that you were AR'd? Is he having freak offs too? Also was name dropped in one of Diddy's lawsuits with Lil Rod. Y'all got to Google that. So, yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire. Everybody ain't after, the light-skinned Mike Tyson, okay? Not everybody's after Ike Brown. He be putting hands on people. He be doing a lot of illegal activity. And cokehead Michael Jackson needs to stay behind bars. He need to go with Diddy and all the rest of them, R. Kelly and them. Sorry, he need to be locked up. If you can't keep your hands to yourself, you gotta go. But it looks like another black icon is getting taken down. Now, it has been reported that a billboard was spotted teasing a Ckiminaj on a Brat remix, which is by Charlie XCX. Would you guys be here for Charlie XCX and Ckiminaj linking up? I definitely would be here for it, even though I think that Ckiminaj is a little bit more talented than Charlie XCX. I would be here for it to see what they can come up with, okay? Because it's been a very good year for Ckiminaj, even though she's been getting snubbed at the award shows because she's independent. I do feel like a lot of bigger artists will now start to collaborate with her. So this is a good look. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.